welcome to the Entrepreneurs
Sure.
in Fuego show. We're documenting entrepreneurs' journeys, one digital footprint at a time. With me, I have the distinct pleasure, and we're going to have to tell the story, man.
Sure.
Dean Demori, you sent me an email approximately 6 months ago.
Yes, correct.
I had no idea who you were. Truly, this is a true story. I get an email saying, "Oh, by the way, I was bumping around your website and I saw one of those Talavera vases that is in the front
Correct.
here at the office pile." And you asked me in an email, "Where did you get it?" And I replied.
Yeah.
I went in and I replied, "Hey, we got it over here, blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much."
Yeah.
And then I did not hear from you, man, until right now. How you doing, brother?
Good.
Good enough. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I run a company here in Scottsdale, Arizona. We are a specialty recruitment firm for accounting and finance professionals.
All right.
So if you are looking for accounting jobs, financial analyst jobs, anything accounting and finance related, we're a boutique style recruiting firm here in town.
So your market is a small-sized company, a medium-sized company, big-sized company?
We
that is looking for-
specialize, we range from Fortune 500 companies to small mom and pop companies getting their foot started up.
So if they need somebody in the accounting department or just to get all their books done, and you actually place those people?
Correct. So for right now, Hire Scout is doing only direct hire hires. So that meaning if you're looking for an accountant, we'll place someone with your organization, and they'll be your employee from day one. We don't do consulting services right now, so contract to hire or attempt to hire are temporaries. Our business model is only sustaining direct hire right now.
Direct hire.
Yeah.
Is that a good business?
Yeah, it's doing great.
Is it doing great?
Been open two months now, and the doors are still open, right? So phone line's still on.
You're good.
So it's going good.
What is the biggest challenge so far?
I think the biggest challenge is probably working by yourself, because now, when I worked for another organization here in town, we had different team members that we would rely on for specific parts of the of positions and of the organization, and so now I'm handling my bookkeeping, my marketing, my social media, my clients, my candidates, make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to.
You have control of every single aspect of your business right now.
Correct.
However, so you control your destiny pretty much.
Absolutely.
And is it you only as the employee, or do you have employees right now, or you have subcontractors at this point?
Currently, right now, it's solely myself doing everything. But I am in talks with some consultants and contractors to help me out, with other types of positions, outside of the accounting and finance industry. So, eventually Hire Scout will get into more of the information technology sector, human resources, administrative support. So those are other avenues, but since there's only one of me, I can only focus on my bread and butter, which is accounting and finance.
Gotcha. So if you had a magic wand, if you had your druthers right now, what would be the thing that you would want to have right now in your business?
I probably want to have someone maybe that can do some more business development and recruiting at the same time. Someone very well-rounded.
Networking is incredibly important.
Huge.
And it's a challenge when you are wearing all the hats that you have right now, and you have to be out there in the public going, "Hey, by the way, I'm here. I'm here."
Absolutely.
And that's tough.
Absolutely. I mean, to try to get out of the office sometimes, to get out there and do some networking, it's definitely tough right now. Me solely, but I think once I get ramped up the next 3 to 6 months, I think I'll have more time to do that.
How can I help?
How can you help? Man, get me out there to all of your startups.
Okay.
I know when you have startups, hiring employees is very vital to the success of your companies. So obviously, introduce me to as many startups as possible. I would love to help out other entrepreneurs here in town.
Would it be helpful if we set up a little workshop where we can invite several startups?
Absolutely.
That you can kind of evangelize a little bit as to what you do and why is it important that startups are aware of your services.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the most vital things in the beginning of the startup phase is, your talent acquisition, bringing on employees, making sure that you have the right person in the right seat.
That's tough.
It's tough, so why not work with someone who specializes maybe in the accounting and finance
Right.
field, like Hire Scout,
Right.
help you with your accounting and financing needs.
You worked you're an entrepreneur in the
Correct.
very early stage. So before this, you worked for another recruiter?
Correct. I worked for another specialized recruiting firm here in town for a few years, and prior to that, I was actually an accountant/financial analyst for 10 years.
So what made you decide, okay, I gotta take this leap?
I don't know. I just felt, I love working with clients. I like getting close with candidates. I like making, I like kind of being in the mix of someone's career goals. So I think the fact that I came from a certain background, it's helped me be successful in finding those people for clients.
Right.
So I think that's been very important.
But you decided to just go ahead and take the leap.
Yeah, I think I've been very entrepreneurial throughout my career all the time. Prior to being an accountant and financial analyst, I actually owned a Quiznos deli back in New York.
Look at you.
It was a random entrepreneurial route early on. So I've always had that.
How was that
itch.
experience?
Very interesting, very interesting. I owned the Quiznos deli back in New York for a couple of years with a good friend of mine at the time. Taught me a lot about entrepreneurship, small business ownership, partnership, and so I learned a lot throughout that part of my life.
So all those lessons now you're applying onto your own business.
Absolutely,
right now,
from small business ownership to entrepreneurship to my finance and accounting background, which has helped me understand the majority of the individuals that I interact with on a daily basis.
Do you wake up in the mornings going, maybe I shouldn't have taken the leap?
No.
Or do you go, this is a good day, I'm just going to face the day and
I wake up with a positive attitude every day because I can control my own destiny. So when I see, for instance, the past few weeks I've helped a few accountants land in great companies, that feels great because they're happy, I'm happy, clients are happy, everybody's happy.
Right.
So why wouldn't I want to wake up in the morning and say, let's do this,
And that is going to be a great satisfaction, right? When you put somebody at the right place and you know that the person that you're putting in that right place is also a very good fit.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I love when I get the feedback from hiring managers that say, hey, you know what? For instance, I had someone that interviewed on Monday this past week. On Tuesday, they extended her an offer. She started on Wednesday, and she's rocking and rolling. It's been a great first week. I spoke with her this morning. So it's exciting that everybody's happy, and everybody made the right choice.
Perfect. And so you get that elation. Do you have any plans for other businesses that you're going to start? Because I can sense right now that you're like an entrepreneur's entrepreneur. Man. You're like, okay, I'm going to get this business up.
I have a lot of ideas, but my main focus now is getting Hire Scout up and running. When I first thought of the concept and the idea to work myself in this industry, I said maybe it'll just be me, And now that I'm up and running for a few months, I'm saying to myself, well, let's maybe expand this. Let's see how far we can take this. So that's the next phase.
And so the network that you have right now, you're going to be relying, I would assume, on a lot of word of mouth at this point.
Absolutely.
Because somebody that is happy, much as the lady that got the job, and of course the recruitment manager,
absolutely,
they're happy. They're going to say, let's call this guy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, over the past week, the hiring manager was very happy with who she ended up with on her team. And so she said, I have a couple of more opportunities maybe that are growing internally as well as we grow. So let's keep you in the loop of these opportunities. And same thing on the candidate side. Candidate's very happy. Candidate has a network of professionals also that she's worked with in the past, and she can extend my services to them as well if they're not happy maybe in the opportunity they're in right now or if they're looking.
Where did you go to school? Did you go to school back east?
I went to school back east, correct. I went to school at Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut. So hello to all my pioneers.
How are they doing this year, by the way?
Football, I think they're doing pretty well this year. They're doing pretty well. So, I went to school on the East Coast, and I've been out here in Arizona for 8 years now.
Yeah. All right. So you traded the cold weather for the
hot weather, correct.
Correct. So, entrepreneurs that are getting started right now, and are looking at you. I mean, well, you were an entrepreneur a long time ago,
Correct.
and then you went back into the corporate, and now you're an entrepreneur
Back
again.
out.
So we can't say that you're really a novice entrepreneur. You have a young company, but you kind of got a little bit of the entrepreneur bug in you. Right?
Absolutely.
Way back when. So what would you suggest or recommend somebody that is thinking about starting a business?
I say go for it. You know, if you have a great idea, you're passionate about something, I say go for it. You know, I wake up every morning very happy with the decisions I've made, no regrets ever. And if you just keep your eye on the goal, I think anybody can get to where they want to go.
You're fearless, man.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean,
I say whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You know, I think if you stay focused, you know, in the beginning stages, it's tough. I won't lie to you, it's very tough in the beginning. But if you just stay focused and keep your eye, you know, on the main goal, everything should work out.
I love your attitude, man. I mean, it's just incredibly positive. It's inspiring. And I
Thank
think when I encounter people such as yourself, who just has that, you know, that very positive attitude, it's infectious.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you get me going. I mean, I'm like, okay, I got these challenges here and there, but it gets me going, and now I can empathize a little bit with your life, and, you know, waking up in the morning and being in that type of mindset.
Absolutely.
Things are going to work out.
Yeah, things are going to work out. I mean, it's tough for sure. Entrepreneurship is tough, you know, but you just got to stay focused and be passionate, and everything will move along.
Everything will move along.
Everything will move along.
I like that, man. And just because of that, because we fibbed the entry of this,
Sure.
It doesn't matter. This is unedited, this is uncut, so it's really cool. This is what entrepreneurship is all about,
Absolutely.
right? It's not a straight line, but it might go a little sideways.
Absolutely. You never know what's going to pop up.
There you go. But this is just pop up, and this is a nice T-shirt
Sure.
that we give our entrepreneurs. There are virtues that we recognize that our entrepreneurs have in common, which are simplicity, discipline, humility, kindness, and honesty. And we're going to give one to you, my man. Now this is, oh, look at this. It's got your large thing here. This
Perfect.
is for you. This
Hey,
is
thank
my
you very
treat.
much.
Man, I appreciate it, man. This is. We wish you all the best, and I really would like for you to consider maybe putting together a little workshop, a little seminar here at the
Absolutely.
top, so that we can get some startups over here to kind of listen to the message that you have, and maybe become some clients.
Absolutely. I'd love to be back.
All right, brother, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
And with that, we're out.
Thank you.